is Kristine Vicente with Queen City Stamp Art. And as you probably know, today is launch day for the brand new holiday mini catalog from Stampin' Up. This catalog runs September to December 2023. And I'm going to be dropping videos over the next few weeks showcasing different product suites or bundles or collections of product that are in this catalog to give you some ideas for using the products. I'm going to be showing you some samples. I'm going to give you a closer look at the actual products, and then we're going to make a project. So today I'm going to be featuring the Garden Walk collection, which is one of the more year-round type of product lines that are in this catalog. And I think you're really going to love the samples. They're really fun. The papers are beautiful, and I can't wait to show you more. Okay, so this grouping of product is called the Garden Walk collection, and it's made up of a bunch of different products that you're seeing here. So the probably the most important product of all is the stamp set itself. This is the Modern Garden stamp set, and it's part of a Modern Garden bundle, which includes this modern oval punch. And you can see that the flowers in this are really pretty. It's kind of a build-a-flower set where you can kind of stamp layers of images together to create some flowers. In fact, we're going to kind of do that today in the card we're making. But then it has some great sentiments, too, that aren't just for Christmas. There is a flower here that looks sort of like a poinsettia, and there's some paper with the same poinsettia on it. And there is a Christmas greeting, but you can use this all year round for birthday cards and anniversaries and showers and everything. So it's a really great versatile set. And then this modern oval punch is fantastic. It's just another shape to stamp on, and it's a nice, gives you a nice big platform, and you could punch a hole in it and turn it into a tag. So there's a lot of things you could do with this very basic shape. So in addition to the Modern Garden bundle, you can also purchase, as part of the collection, there are some beautiful pearl gems. These are called the Blooming Pearls, which is appropriate since that has to do with flowers. And then this beautiful Calypso Coral ribbon. So this is called the Calypso Coral 3/16 inch braided linen trim. And it is a braided linen trim. It's very narrow. It's very easy to work with. It's a little bit stiff, but it's not bad. It still makes really nice bows. And then the paper, of course, is to die for. You get 48 sheets of 6x6 paper in a pack. There's 8 different patterns, and you get 6 sheets of each. And I'm going to run through the patterns now, and then we'll flip them, and we'll look at the B side. So this is the A side of the patterns. Absolutely beautiful florals in Calypso Coral, Garden Green, Poppy Parade, Wild Wheat, and Pretty Peacock, I think, are the main colors in this paper, but you can also use some of the other colors as well. You can definitely get away with using a little Pool Party and probably some Petal Pink and possibly even maybe a little bit of Boho Blue for this background that goes with this background. So there are some additional colors that they don't list on the actual sheet, but aren't they pretty, like in the Christmas, for the Christmas ones? These are beautiful. And then they've got some really pretty all year round florals that are really gorgeous. And then when you flip them, the neutral side, the B side, is really cool too. You just get some really basic patterns in some gorgeous colors that coordinate beautifully with the florals on the other side, but also would work with, you know, just regular cardstock to make some fun cards that would have just some nice patterns, some nice simple patterns. So we'll set this stuff aside, and I'm going to show you some samples of cards that I made using these products. Okay, so here are some card samples that I want to show you. So sometimes when I get a new collection of product, I get a little bit overwhelmed with all the goodness of it, and I struggle to make a card. It's kind of weird, but I get like this weird stamping block. And so what I'll do is I'll go online and try and find pictures of cards that I like, and then I'll copy those. And once I've made a couple of different cards, I usually get my own creativity rolling, and then I can come up with a bunch of ideas. So the first two I'm going to show you are cards that I copied. These were created by, the original designs for these were created by Jamie Babarczyk, I believe is her last name. She goes by Stampin' It Up with Jamie on Instagram, and she's got a great Instagram feed. She does reels several times a week and just creates beautiful cards. So I recommend you check her out on Instagram. Stampin' It Up with Jamie, and she created these two cards that I copied just to get my creativity flowing. This first one is really, really simple. She just kind of did some stamping off and created a flower on a white panel and used little strips of the pattern paper on a textured background to create a really simple card that's kind of pretty. And then I decorated the inside too. But such a cute card. I loved making that. That really kind of got me going. And then I saw this one that she also made, which I loved because it uses the punch to create the background pieces. You get to see a whole variety of the different patterns in this kit. And then she used some of the ribbon, which I loved, and the pearls. I just thought this was great design. So I copied this one and really got rolling. And then that, of course, inspired my own creativity, and I created this one myself, which I also love. I just think this is so clean and simple, and I just really love the look of this one. And then I also branched out and did a little Christmas. I wanted to try the Christmas papers, and I felt like this is such a simple card. This would be very easy to mass produce because it's mostly just cutting paper. I did do a little bit of texturizing with an embossing folder on the ends of this panel. This is smooth still, so I can write my message, but I just felt like this was a really clean and simple Christmas card that is easy to make because the paper does all the work. So that's the Christmas one. And then I had seen a video that Cerwin did on this diagonal fold, which I really like. It's a diagonal Z fold, and it's a little complicated, but once you get the measurements right and the angles proper on the pieces, it's really a fun card to make. So Cerwin inspired me on this one, and I used these papers from this beautiful modern garden collection or garden walk collection to create this fun birthday card. So here's another sample. So I also used some of the Paper Florist standalone dies in the annual catalog. They pair beautifully with this paper. They absolutely are gorgeous, and they really coordinate nicely. So now we're going to make a card that I also designed. This is very clean and simple. I think you're going to like this one. I haven't shared a clean and simple card in a while. In addition to the sweet products that we're going to be using, and I believe we use absolutely everything from the collection, we're also going to be using this floral punch from the annual catalog to punch some leaves, because I do need a couple leaves. We're going to be using some twine from the little twine, the in color twine pack in the annual catalog. We're going to be using a textured panel, using the crosshair texture in the Basics 3D embossing folders from the online exclusives. These are available, and you can purchase these. They're item number, let me see if I can get you an item number on these. They're item number 161598, and you get 3 embossing folders in the pack. These are 3D, so they're extra thick. This one has like a little star pattern. This one is a little polka dot, which is really cute. And then there's this crosshatch, which I find myself using quite a bit. So we're going to be using that for the textured background, because you know me, when I make a clean and simple card, I like to have a little bit of texture, especially when it's white on white. And then we're also going to be using a circle panel from the Stylish Shapes dies. These are a staple as well from the annual catalog, and we're going to be using like the third size from center, or from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. It's the third size, and I like that one. It's perfect for this. So I'm going to set these aside and pull in the supplies for our card. So we're only going to be using 2 ink colors, Pretty Peacock and Real Red. And as I said, I have got a basic white thick base card and a panel that's embossed with that crosshatch embossing folder in basic white. So let's go ahead and put this together. So I'm just going to layer these pieces together. This is going to be the platform that we build our focal point on. And let's do a little bit of the stamping. So we need to stamp the sentiment. So we're going to be using the Happy Birthday, and we're going to stamp that in Pretty Peacock on the circle, like that. And then we're going to pull out the Real Red, and we are going to create a little flower. So I need to bring in a little piece of scrap paper. And we're going to stamp our flower, but we're going to have to stamp off. So I'm going to ink up one of the flowers and stamp it off once on my scrap, and then stamp it onto my panel there. Then I'm going to ink up another flower, a smaller one, and stamp it full strength right in the center to create a little bit of a layered flower. Then we're going to take this punch, this flower punch from the annual catalog, and we are going to, this was part of the Petal Park bundle, but it's the Petal Park punch. So we're going to use this to cut some leaves, some nice, perfectly sized leaves, just 2. Using that punch. So we've got some little leaves for our flower. And now we're going to take our scissors. Since there's no dies for this set, I'm just going to quickly fussy cut this out. And these are pretty simple flowers to cut out. Alrighty. So there, now we have our flower. And now we can start building our little scene. So we're going to need the modern oval punch to punch a little oval out of this. So I'm going to be using this B side, and I'm going to be using that strip of designer series paper to, oops, not this one. This goes on the inside of my card. This little strip is going to be what we attach this panel to, and I want to pop that up. So I'm going to first snip this, some little banner ends into this. And then what we'll do is add this panel to the base card. So I'll bring this back in. And now I'm going to put some adhesive on the back. And I'm going to bottom weight this design. So it's going to be kind of more toward the bottom. The whole focal image will be toward the bottom of the card. And then this panel, I'm going to pop up with some dimensional adhesive. And then we're just going to center this across that little floral banner like that. And then we're going to add this piece with some more dimensionals because we want to tuck that little flower in. So I'm just going to put 2 little dimensionals on there. And add this to the oval. Right there, like that. Then we're going to add some adhesive to the back of the flower. And I'm going to stick the leaves into the adhesive to hold them in place. Like that. Then I'm going to add a dimensional to the back of the leaves. Right there, just on the leaf portion. Because this little flower, I'm going to tuck into the, I'm going to tuck the flower into the, in between the oval punch out and the circle. Right up, I'm just sliding it in till that dimensional hits. And then I'm going to just kind of tack it down like that. And just give that a little bit of an image, a little fun image to go along with the design. Then we're going to take, to embellish this, we're going to take those pretty pearls. And we're going to add a little bit, we're going to add a little tiny pretty peacock one to the center. And then we'll add a couple more. We'll add a couple more up here, like that. And then I'm going to take that twine that I pulled out. Now this is Sweet Sorbet, but it's fine. It goes great with it because red is red, right? So we're just going to make a little bow out of this twine to add just another little bit of texture and something interesting. And again, I'm going to take my child safety scissors because they're great for ribbon. I don't cut anything else with them, so they stay really nice, and then they help me to trim my ribbons and twines. And then we'll get a glue dot. Put that on there. And then we'll add this right here to the top of the flower. Just like that, to add a little bit of interest. Yeah, just like that. That's a beautiful, clean and simple card. And then for the inside, there's a great little sentiment that says, enjoy your special day. So again, I'm going to open up this pretty peacock designer series ink pad, and we're going to add some designer series paper to the bottom, this little strip, just to dress up the inside too and have the inside and the outside match. So this is the same little strip, pattern strip that I used on the front of the card. I just cut a piece for the inside. And that's it. So that's a quick and easy card using all of the products in the collection, which I always love to do when I can, just to try to make use of everything. I really like how this came out. I hope you do too. And I hope you enjoyed seeing a little sneak peek of these wonderful products that are going to be released on September 6th. Thanks so much for watching.